this is an office space, and it's nice to always have that personalized office space. So if you're doing an interview with students coming in, or if you're interviewing teachers, maybe you're having a board meeting, sometimes these little spaces are nice. That's my avatar sitting down. All of these pictures on the wall could be intellectual property from someone else. It could be a sponsor. So you could always have sponsors in here. Or you can have events hanging up here on the wall. These little circles over here. If I click on one of these little circles, it's like a beam me up Scotty, and it will take us to another space. You can travel from one world to the other. When you look at what you're doing with the university, they could be in one classroom here, and then if they need to move to another classroom, they can click a circle and it takes them right there. Everything can be self-contained.
How's the interaction?
The interaction is like when you're walking in the university now and you walk up on someone and you recognize a student and they say hi to you and you say hi to them and you're sitting there in a conversation talking in the hallway. It's the same as it is in here.
Beautiful. So somebody can ask a question on a topic that the professor covers, and you can have a conversation.
Exactly. So someone else could be sitting out here in a chair. You hit the letter M on your keyboard, a microphone comes on.
Beautiful.
And so people talk back and forth. They can communicate. When someone's sitting next to you, you can have a conversation with them. It's easy to move around in here. So it's you push the S's because I'm looking at the screen this direction. Excuse me. So I'm walking forward with an S, and I'm walking W with going back the other direction.
Okay.
If I want to go left, I hit an A, and if I want to go right, I hit a D. If I want a panorama here, and I can move it around in a circle, so you can see all of the other things that are going on. Right?
Excellent.
And then on a chair, if you want to sit down, you'll see a letter F, and you sit. You just click it, and you're sitting down.
Beautiful.
So these little 3 dots in the circle become your saving grace because it tells you everything that you can do. So you can record in here, and we teach you all these things. You can deck this out however you want. So it's branded to you, John. It's branded to the university. It's branded to a classroom. It's branded to however it is that you foresee this happening. Okay?
That's great. Actually, holography can do basically the same thing, but it's highly expensive. I don't know what your costs are, but holography is almost perfect.
It is. What we kind of pride ourselves in is that we make education affordable and fun. That's what we're looking to do. We're looking to bring communities together. So we do make it affordable. When you start doing a needs assessment, because we'll go over everything in detail of what you're looking and how you want to perceive this. How does it want to look? I'm going to take you into another world here. This is more of a university setting. So this is called MetaVerse. These gals are out of Europe, and they're doing things with the children. We also have one called Salty Shark out of Australia, and their education is all about saving the sharks and sea life and the coral reef. And so they take adventures to these avenues. This is a nice building as far as a university setting. I'll take you inside the building. I can push the shift key and it makes me run. But you can see how beautiful it is around the outside, so people can come out here and walk around and have conversations. You can have events in here. This is one floor. There's a lot of possibilities in here for different classroom style setups. So we go into this one, and this is just basically kind of a lunch area. So if people want to have lunch together, they can come and sit down in here. And again, you just click on that chair and it sits you down.
Can I have groups working on a project in those tables?
You can do whatever you want with these tables, and you can deck this out however you want. So you can put the style of tables that you want in here.
Sure.
And the same thing on the wall up here. You can add what you want up here to get your message across. This can actually be a place where you can do slideshows if necessary. And then we can go down here to another area. So
by the way, Beverly, you are doing phenomenal.
Well, thank you. So this is an area where you could turn this into a library. You could turn this into courses. You could turn this into different trainings. So a lot of the things that you do, these courses and educational things that happen, it could all be put in here. And then all they'd have to do is click on it, just like they click on a circle over here, they'd click on, and it would give them the library. It would give them the course. Does that make sense?
Very much so.
Okay.
Actually, I have, whenever you allow me, I have 2 comments.
Go ahead.
I'll start with the latest one, the library. One of my philosophies is students don't have to buy books. And I have my reasons, and I'm qualifying that in my book. However, now with this, that makes that point even stronger, because now the students can access the books from the library and I have access to the information right there.
Yeah. Save a tree, save a forest.
Yeah. The other point, when you said you're making it educational very affordable, one of the slogans that I have is, you will receive a degree and be debt-free.
Oh, I just got chills all over my body. I
have a way of managing students' fees and tuition in a way so the day that they receive their diploma, their degree, whether it's a baccalaureate or a master's, they also receive a document says fully paid.
Oh, wow. Nice, nice. I like that.
I just want to cite those 2 comments.
Well, thank you for sharing that. That makes me feel good. I really am about the education and losing students. I mean, my sister lives in Wyoming, and I was out there for about a year doing some stuff, and the dropout rate just in Wyoming alone has increased from 20% to almost 40%. And some of the biggest volume of dropout happens 5 months before graduation.
Wow, that's criminal.
And that's only one state.
Yeah.
And it's a small state in comparison,
Right.
So why are we losing our kids? Why are they dropping out? Because we're not teaching them the fundamentals of life. And that's why I feel, what we're doing here is putting things together for teachers to teach kids how to function. I mean, these kids are brilliant today, and with the technology, they're teaching themselves how to make money, how to do business in the virtual reality spaces. So,
Beverly, just to jump in here, as you know, I am the connector, right?
Exactly.
I got a little resource for you in Wyoming.
Oh, okay.
You might have heard her name. Liz Cheney.
Yeah.
So we can bring her in.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. Well, like I said, we're all about education, and it's not just in the United States. It's all over. So that's and like the one I'm showing you here, these gals, like I said, are in the UK. So that was a small classroom setting. I think you're going to really love this next space I'm going to take you into.
And while you're walking there, may I cite something?
Sure.
Okay. At Ariston, which is the name of our university, we almost prohibit the word teach. We allow it, but we don't enforce it, or we don't promote it as much. What we do instead, actually another slogan that I have is, we do not teach, we facilitate learning.
Oh, I just got another chill all over my body. I love that. Facilitate education. I'm going to start.
Facilitate learning.
Learning.
We facilitate learning.
So facilitate learning.
I hope you liked it.
Okay. Oh, I do. I'm going to start incorporating that into things when I'm talking to educators and stuff. Is like what we're building are spaces to facilitate
Okay, Beverly,
learning.
I'm going to interrupt you.
What?
John,
Yes.
I just got a deja vu.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I'm looking at this space and I'm seeing GPA at the microphone. And I'm seeing that jerk from Apple standing in the corner with his mouth down and his big ego hanging around his neck. Does that seem familiar to you?
Very much so. It has happened. I've seen it.
Right. Yeah. So what you're seeing on the screen here, this is ANUA. That's what they call their university, right? So these are just some of the other spaces that, are happening, and some of the, slides that we recorded for them. And actually, the gentleman that you were seeing there is Robert. He's the one who puts all these beautiful worlds together, right? This gal here is from India. She's about planting trees, and boy, I tell you, she is moving up in the ranks. And she was 10 when she started, and I believe she's 13 now.
I've been to India twice. I've been invited, and I've spoken at a couple of different universities there.
This is a library where stuff can be, and you can do fireside chats, So if you want to take kids to a meditation, set intentions for the day. So there's places that you can do that. But this is an auditorium style, which I think every college needs to have an auditorium for just different things because they can, right?
Well, this is very conducive to what I've seen many times in my classes. I have students from various ethnicities and religions, and several times, some of them will leave the classroom because it's praying time, and they go someplace in the school to pray. You can very well provide for that right then and there. My God, this is wonderful.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get myself out of here. Let me turn this around in a circle. Here we go. Down here. Boom. There we are. So you can actually click the floor. So when you click the floor, it just takes you where you want to go. Let's come around in a circle and continue wandering over this direction. So you can even come out here in the hallway and sit and have a conversation. But I think a lot of these now are just different repeated versions of what's going on. Right? So you can either take the stairway down, or you can just jump over the edge and be down on the bottom floor. So
just jump off the cliff.
Down here is like being under the ocean, right? Because that's what some of the things they're doing is they're teaching undersea world life and things like that. So, but you can put anything in here you want, John. This is just how one person decked it out.
At a first glance, looks beautiful.
Yeah. So it's a beautiful build. They do have an upstairs as well. Go back outside here. So it's really beautiful being outside in nature and seeing what's going on around you. And
hit shift, huh? So she can run.
Yeah, I hit the shift and then she runs. Yeah. So this is the upstairs.
You see the Arizona mountains in the background?
Is that Arizona?
Yeah.
Okay. It can be whatever you want it to be.
Beautiful.
But so there's views up here. There's other, spaces for classrooms and everything else, So it's let your imagination go and take it wherever you want to take it. If you can think
Beverly,
it, we can build it.
When I'm looking, can you back up just a second? We may have lost it.
No, I can get us back up there. You want to go back upstairs?
No. I wanted to go back just a second where you were walking down the hallway and they had all these panels. It's a shame I missed it. I tried to jump in there.
They had all the panels.
Where you were just walking.
Well, let me go right back upstairs.
Right there. Down that hallway. It's straight ahead of you. Yeah,
Oh,
we're
I
getting
see
there.
where this opening is over here.
I want to see on the left
This one?
more. No.
Okay.
All right. Sorry.
More over here?
The hallway had a bunch of what looks like panels. So I was asking, could you put graphics on each one of those panels
Oh,
in
you
the
can
hallway?
put yeah, you can
Right
put,
there.
yeah.
You see those
Like right
panels?
here?
Oh, you're moving too fast.
No, that's fine. I got you, Jim. Yes. The
Yeah.
answer, the answer is
Where,
yes.
yeah, wherever there's a blank, anything, you can put videos up there, you can put
That's
pictures
what I
up
was
there,
thinking.
you can put ads up there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, anywhere. Even like outside here. You could
I
have,
mean, this is amazing.
yeah, you could have sponsors, outside here.
That's what I'm thinking. Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Sponsors in education.
yeah, exactly.
Hey, John, you think of that girl's idea of the kiosk? Remember her? Cindy
Oh,
Penn?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Man, there we go. There's the panel. We
Yeah,
could have one of those panels be her kiosk.
Yeah, every single one of these can have something on them.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, this is the top floor. Yeah. Yeah, you can put whatever you want on here.
Do you still keep in touch with her, John?
Yes, Pam.
Yeah,
So-
she was texting to me, but she's pretty much ignored me.
Hey, John, do you know Pam Gant?
No.
She's from Joliet. She's a beautiful soul, and she is a basketball star.
Pam what?
And Gant, G-A-N-T. She's a client of ours, and she's doing basketball in here, and she helps underprivileged kids pay for their uniforms so that they can join in the sports. And she also is doing classes and teaching how to get out of the ghetto, how to take your education and make it work for you. She's a beautiful soul.
Beverly?
Yeah.
Another contact. One of my board of directors is a world famous basketball player. He's played in over 50 countries. Man, would I love to put those two together.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, there's a lot that we can do. Exactly. Yeah. A space like this in a university setting is probably something that, I mean, you can build this into so much more.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Multiple uses.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Let me show you another little space here. And we talked about libraries. So again, we like to have the outside. So here we are floating above the trees, right? But we can go inside here and you can see everything that's decked out in here. And again, you just sit down where there's a green spot or where it says, sit point. It's a comfortable, students could come in.
Wow, a total multimedia room.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. And so this up here is an area where you could, again, click on a course, click on a library book, click on an educational book that you don't have to buy the paper version because it changes every year anyways. They add more stuff and then they paid hundreds of dollars for these books that are outdated. So they could actually take that and put it up here on screen and go through it. So they could take a course, they could come in here and repeat a course. It's like, oh, I got to take this back, and they can fast forward that video to get to what was the facilitator trying to get across. What was that point? And find it. So this is a really nice setting.
Let me interrupt again. I'm going to give both of you a homework assignment. I love doing this. People that are smarter than me, I'm assigning them homework. But 9 o'clock Pacific Coast time, I want you to be in a Twitter space. Now, are both of you using Twitter spaces?
I signed up, but I have no clue what to do with it.
John?
I don't.
All right. Newsflash. 2% of Twitter users use it.
That's what you were saying.
However, that's where all the power is. I mean, Elon himself I got to get the Zulies in there, Beverly. They don't know about it. But
Yeah,
I am in it.
Eric hasn't seen this either.
But I am in it big time, okay? I am an angel investor in a company out of Canada called World of Tings Entertainment Incorporated.
Right,
And they are a full animation, graphic, mega Web3 company. If there was an industry association among NFT and crypto companies, it would be them. Now, there is no organization, but we have informally built one. And we're getting ready to announce a huge strategic allowance. Anyway, the founder and I have fallen in love like John and I, and I got to get him to see this. That's number one. But I'd like you to go to Spaces. I'll give you the link. It's at 9:00 Pacific time, and Glenn takes over the space for an hour, and he talks all about World of Tings, and people come from all over the world. MetaVerse, Darcy Donovan, who's a big, gorgeous actress who just formed a new marketplace, and I'm trying to think of it. But anyway, you guys will fall in love with Glenn. And when he sees this thing, oh my God, we're going to have a hard time tying him to the chair.
Well, then let's give him a hard time.
Yeah. All right. So thanks for the interruption. But
Hey, no
I really
problem.
want you to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, my 11 o'clock canceled, so I should be good.
At night.
I'll be okay. 11 o'clock my time. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, that's a date. I'll set that. And I'll do an intro, both of you to Glenn.
And that's
today, right?
Today. Is that right?
No.
Jim? No.
Monday. Every Monday at 9:00.
Oh, every Monday at 9:00. Oh.
Yeah.
I'd
On
have
Twitter
to check.
Spaces.
Okay. I'm gonna put it on
thanks
here
for the interruption.
Monday, and I'll let you know what's going on Monday if I can clear my calendar and stuff. So thank you for that. All right, so this is another space. Again, we like nature because there's a lot of moving parts in the educational system. So you could have sponsors up here with different moving parts of whatever it is that you're looking for. And have a meeting in here, or you can just turn this into a classroom type of training. And again, you've got this behind you. This is like a slide deck that can happen. It could be a video. We're all about restaurants too. We're working in the restaurant industry and what they have. And John, this might be something of interest of the people that you know, and Jim, you as well. What he does is he takes these shipping containers. So he takes the containers, decks them all out into a restaurant, so it's a drive up, a pickup. So he's putting restaurants back into business. They can take these containers and drop them in a neighborhood.
Now he's physically doing that in the real world?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's his business. I believe he's out of Canada, and he's looking to get his start, a facility that's building all of this stuff. And so I think they're still looking for a little bit more funding, but he's selling the franchises. So he sets people up
small
in
world.
business.
Can you write this down? I just ran into a guy yesterday in an incubator, and what he is a build-out architect. Oh man, what a partnership would be between him and this guy.
Exactly, because he's looking to partner up and do things. But like I said, with the franchising, and to be able to take these, because you then own this, right? So instead of having a little kiosk selling hot dogs on the corner, now you've got this whole restaurant thing where people can drive by and just pick it up. They put in the order, they come by and pick it up.
And I'm sorry. If you can go slightly back, I'd like to see those amphitheatric seats again.
Yeah, let's go up there.
A little more.
I'll just take you up there.
Yeah, put him in his seat.
Okay.
Okay. What I'd like to do, with your permission, is take a screenshot so I can show to my colleagues. May I?
Please, please go right ahead. If you want to take screenshots of any of these, just let me know. I'll stop it. You can definitely take screenshots.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So these are really nice for any type of trade show. I mean, even if the college wanted to have a party outside, right?
A job fair.
Yeah, a job fair. Exactly.
Those can be hiring companies up there, having their information.
Yeah, and this is a good space to do that because each one of these people that are offering the jobs can have a spot up there on the stage. Right? And so with all these sponsorships for this, you can see where their little names and stuff are out here. This whole
One more
sky
interruption.
is intellectual
Has
property.
Tony from Megamix Expo seen this?
I don't believe so.
Oh my God. You got to have a Zoom meeting with Tony, and more importantly, with Elinxus. He's the smart one. And I want him to be the chairman of my board. So if I can bring this value through you to him, I'll get him to buy $150,000 of my company, and I will be the happiest guy on earth.
Well, you know what? Let's make that magic happen and get him in here, and then that way he can buy. He can buy into everybody's in the educational system. In the whole
Oh my
world.
God! I mean, he'll go nuts over this.
Yeah,
You know,
please,
both
yeah.
Eric and I spoke at his Megamix. He had
Okay.
27 chambers of commerce there. We could
And-
do this all virtually.
Well, exactly, and we've been working with chambers out of the San Diego area and all along those small towns there. So we have talked with chambers that are looking to do stuff in here.
Thank you. I
Yep.
appreciate the interruptions.
If you don't ask the questions, how are we going to know? This is what it's all about. Is I want to make you ask questions because then I'm doing my job, because your
right.
brains are working, your cogs are going around saying, can it be done for this? Can we use that? Let me show you another space here. This is a client. He's out of Joliet, and Marvin is in the music industry. And so he puts stars on stages. So we're building things in here for him. And this is his hub. So he has his own record label and all that kind of stuff going on. He is really good friends. Him and Pam Gant went to school together. And so they're working side by side in a lot of what's going on in here. Yeah, so you can see, you can have a city in the background if you want. So all of this is some of his stuff. Right? So that's another way. And so he's got his little beam me up Scotties as well. Right? I'm going to take you into this lobby here in a minute. And what he did is he created something for his mother. His mother was a teacher, and she lost her life to cancer a few years ago. And she was all about school development. And so he's got a whole segment in her honor around the education.
Beautiful.
Okay. And that's right here down in Joliet area. Okay. And then he also has a supernova dome where he's doing, teaching and different things. And he's also has a lot of people in the food industry. So Marvin's really versatile, really, really versatile.
Okay, another interruption, just so that we capture it on the recording.
Sure.
I'm going to send you a podcast turned into a video, which is one of my most important.
Oh, you told me about that last night. Yes. Yeah.
And it's late audio. She helped me get my career started, and she was the most famous podcaster in the music industry for all the audio professionals. So I got to introduce those two. Number two is that beyond politics, my number two goal is charities. And my number one charity that I've been totally unsuccessful with is ImmermanAngels.org, based in Chicago. And because of Barbara Ann Evans and this Marvin, we could team up to approach Immerman Angels to use your platform, because what they are is the global organization that within 24 hours of diagnosis of any kind of cancer, they match a cancer fighter with a cancer survivor of the same exact profile. And that's how I met my mentor, who's Ed Randall, the voice of Major League Baseball on Sirius XM radio in New York. And my entire family is a member of Immerman Angels. And when Lindsay was on her deathbed, she said two things to me. One, Dad, I want you to pay it forward with random acts of kindness. And number two, she said, Daddy, I am so proud. I just became an Immerman Angel for a girl in California. And then she died.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that, Jim. I know you've shared that story before, but it's impactful every time you share it. And your daughter is definitely sprinkling a lot of her magic down here
For sure.
to open
He
doors.
put you in my life.
And so, well, you know, I have a sister that's up there as well. She made her exit last September. And I know she's sprinkling magic down here on me to make sure that I get the right connections, because she was my rock and believed in everything that I did. You can't argue with angels, can you?
Nope. I just say, tell me what to do, Lindsay. And when I go to bed, I said, how'd I do today, honey?
There you go.
And then Dr. John keeps me on the straight and narrow. He keeps me in modesty.
Well, sometimes we all need that. So John, this is another stage, and I used this one a lot for my Beyond the Stage podcast, and I would love to have you interviewed on that. So this is kind of a setting where you could have an event in here, and again, you see different spaces out here, different styles of
Correct.
yeah. So of trade show booths and things like that, right? And again, all this is intellectual property. All of this black wall back here is all intellectual property. You can put sponsors up here. You can have things hanging from the ceiling going around in a circle. You know, there's so many different things that can be done in here. And then you've got an audience to talk to. We just kind of put a bunch of things in here because it's kind of a demo package. But again, these are like those little logos you saw on when we were in.
Oh, when Alexis sees this, he's going to go nuts. Nuts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Can you show me a screen where here's the hypothesis? A professor lectures from a classroom here in Chicago, and there are 10 countries in Latin America, basically in just about the same time zone, and they want to attend that lecture. Do we have that capability?
You sure do.
Okay.
And the nice thing about these two, John, is these spaces, like the Zoom, if I click that red button, we're gone. Whoop, never to be seen until we get back in. In here, these classrooms never, ever shut down. They are open 24/7 in every single time zone. And you do have the ability to have it in different languages and stuff.
And how does that work?
I'm not sure, because I'm not the tech behind the scenes.
Okay, but it's automatic.
But it can be done. I believe Robert was sharing it with me a little bit, where it's like an add-on, so that you can click and hear it in the language that you speak. So if someone doesn't understand English, it can be done in French, it can be done in Greek, it can be done in
my God.
Yeah. That stuff is out there. I mean, it's been out there, and now it is available in the virtual reality spaces. I'm almost positive, because we talked about that, and there's other businesses that are using these type of spaces for that. So, but that's definitely a Robert question, and the next time that we get on, because he is the tech behind the scenes, then we can really get into some technical things.
Beautiful. You answer my question. Now, technicalities and details can very well be ironed out in the process.
Yeah, if you can think it can get built one way or another. If there's a certain activity, a certain action you want to happen in here, a certain movement, you've got to get a coder, you've got to get someone that specializes in that and creates that. Once it's created, it's done. Right?
Beautiful.
So, and it's like when you're building a space in here, you build it once, you pay for the space once, and then you just use it. You know how, yeah, how Elinxus, which is the company makes their money, is to keep the lights on. We have memberships, and then we do rev share. Like these little booths are considered a rev share. So let's just say you've got your trade show, you've got your people that are coming in for job fairs and things like that, and they're buying a space in here. And you want to keep that job fair open 24/7 where they can get the contact. This is the day we're doing an event. They can do an event every single month if they want to. But their
Beverly?
space is open. Yeah.
Do you have a pay gate?
Yeah, we do. We do the ticketed events, and then so this would be like, this is like considered an ad for all intents purposes. So a booth like this would be $249 a month. 40% goes to Elinxus to keep the lights on, and 60% goes to, say, go to the college, John, or whoever the client is. And that's what we do to keep our lights on. And
Can you spell Elinxus?
Elinxus. ELINX. So it's like E and then link with an X instead of a K. And then the .us is what the website is.
Oh, dot. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
.us will take you to the website.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I am blown away. Nothing in my 74 years has impressed me like this. Nothing.
Well, if that impressed you, let me take you here. Okay. And okay.
How about you, John?
Oh, I love it.
Now this is a gallery style setting, so this is something that you can also use and have. You're talking about NFTs, right?
Yeah, let's listen.
Okay, so here's Elinxus. So what I'm looking to do with Beyond the Stage is creating a space similar to this, and what this space is going to do then is have a wall of fame. So these are photographs
Oh my God.
of Robert's mom, right? She's a painter. So you can come up here and you can click on this little square. Click on the picture. All right. That's not working in this.
So his mom is the one who died?
No, that was Marvin.
Okay.
The one who knew Pan Gap, that lives out here in Illinois. Robert lives in Michigan. And his mom she's a nurse. And she's a painter. She started painting about 3 years ago. So these are her paintings. So what this will do, when I clicked on that, it will take it to here and you can buy her painting. So you can have things up here. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what Marvin's doing with his artist, because nobody buys CDs or anything, but he can put the graphic up here. And then they can download the song, so he can click here.
I'm sorry. God is working overtime in my life. Can you just open a tab? I'm going to interrupt for a very important reason.
Okay, here's a tab. What do you want me to type in?
All right, type in World of Tings, TINGS. Oh, the website's down, but let's see what happens.
.com?
Just separate those with spaces and we'll do a Google search. World of Tings. That's good. Yeah, click Twitter. Click that one right there. That's where you want to study, both of you. That's my company.
All right. I'm going to leave this open. Awesome.
All right. Thanks for the interruption.
Oh, you're welcome. It was a good interruption. But back to this right here, right? So you can see where, I mean, even like with Eric's Wall of Fame. Let me take you outside. You're gonna love this. So let me go around here. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I've watched
Oh my
just.
God. Glenn is gonna go nuts.
And so well,
Oh,
my
geez.
board, when I presented to them, wow.
Yeah.
So you
Oh
can
my
come
God.
outside and
Keys
you
to
can walk
the
on
world.
water, right? So when you look outside, you know, with the water around, you know, again, it's floating. It's a floating gallery. I mean, how cool is that? So you could actually have a networking in here, some type of an event in here, and you could put up in the sky, you can put several different screens, and they can all have the same thing on them, you know, running ads for sponsors, or it could be a slide deck for the event that's happening out here. You could have booths sitting out here. I mean, they can even come out when you go over to the edge. But so you can see how, you know, the advantages of this, right? We didn't do this one. This one is really cool too, because it has inside and outside. And again, it's stages. We're all about stages. So this can be an educational stage. This can be a dancing stage. This could be whatever, right? It can be meditation. So you could have a combination. You could be teaching in here, because I know you were teaching some of the arts, right? So this is an event that I'm doing. So I put this up here. And this is part of Eric's thing. But I want to take you outside so you can see again. So if you want to have a class on the galaxy, well, guess what you can do? You can come in here and do the class and look up into the sky and see the galaxy, right?
Wow. Amazing.
Isn't that wild? She even looks up in the sky, right? Yeah.
John, is GPA still active?
Very much so.
Can you imagine doing this for Okinawa University?
Oh, he'll probably go crazy. He's gonna lose his mind.
He'll go nuts.
Yeah.
Again, you can sit around the fire. It's all out here. This is a beautiful space to do any type of event or facilitate a retreat. Just so much that you can incorporate.
Oh my God. I was going to run a Oasis in the Desert retreat in the real world, and I've begun planning it for October. I hired the guy who runs the biggest event in Arizona called Country Thunder, and he gets like 20,000 people. And then just up the street from me is a place who gets 20,000 people every day on the weekend for 6 weeks. Man, if I show him this, oh my God, he's
They
gonna
can be
go
doing
nuts.
this every single day. Something can be going on every day. Yeah, and you can build these spaces, and you can, you know, lease them out if you want.
Jim, can better listen to this. We have in our curriculum and programs that the top 10 students from the MBA program will be sent to Greece for a month to do their practicum, and that would be in a Greek island. Can you imagine how all the students will feel if instead of seeing this, if they see a Greek island with all the
and they can
ships and everything else out there? Everybody will try their best to qualify.
Oh, by the way, I'm still mad at you. The last time you went to Greece, you never sent me an airplane ticket. I'll never forgive you for that.
Oh, Jim, we'll send you a first class airplane ticket this time.
All right.
And now what?
I'm sorry, Beverly, but geez, you're blowing us away.
Beverly with too.
I'm blowing you away. Well,
absolutely.
I got a couple more things to blow you away with. Let's see. I hope I don't lose you, because I just lost the light in this room, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. Yeah. It wasn't my bill to pay, but.
Oh, okay.
obviously I haven't lost internet, so oh, you're gonna love this one because this is a combination, so it's another way of displaying. So I mean, I could be here all day showing you different spaces and stuff, but I kind of wanted to at least get something that's got dual purpose and stuff, right? So
Can I ask you, if I scheduled Adam Kinzinger and his co-founder, do you have anything here that would appeal to them as running a national political organization with 300,000 members? What would you show them?
for political.
Political. They welcome Democrats and Republicans and independents and undecided. They are 300,000 members strong. They have billions and billions and billions of dollars behind them. The only ones they don't recommend is the criminal MAGA right or the weirdo libs on the left. And if they approve my Magic Cube, it will be in every single election, in every single town and village, for every single office in the 2024 election. And this presentation could get him to sign on the bottom line. And I got a 5-figure management retainer contract tied to that.
Wow.
Well, okay,
Yeah, wow.
so yeah, wow,
Hundreds of millions of dollars here, Beverly.
Okay, so I guess, I mean, what I shouldn't say, I guess. What we could do is if you can get me some photos of, or just some documentation where we can actually put his name in a space, right? So he'll be able to see, yep, we can put your name up there. So like
all right, let me take a quick side trip because this is worth so much money for both you and John, because you're going to be on my board. The first thing going into my bank account is $3.2 million from the Arizona governor. And if Adams says yes to this, we are literally talking hundreds of millions. So open a new tab called country1st.com.
COUNTRY,
country1st.com. I'm sorry, the numeral 1, countryfirst.com, 1st.com. Yep.
So is this one right here?
Yep.
That's Kissinger's website.
And by the way, would you both join? I'll send you a link so that you can be my affiliate.
Sure.
But go ahead and scroll down. It's pretty simple. That's our mission.
Okay.
Right there. You went through the 3 buttons. Go back up a little bit.
These guys?
Right there. Country over party. We want to defend democracy. And we have huge proven solutions. And this one would just empower that machine. So click on mission up on the top menu. Right there.
Okay.
Try the National Democracy Scholars because they're the only nonpartisan candidate training program in America. They are a 501(c)(4). They're actually 2 501(c)(4)s and a 501(c)(3). They are no longer a super PAC because Adam's not in Congress anymore, so they can do whatever I want them to do. I am on 3 committees. I'm on the Communication Committee. I'm on the Election Reform Committee, although I disagree with the direction they're going, so I just keep my mouth shut. And I'm on the Speaker Committee.
Okay.
I could make you a speaker on here, and you would have an audience of 75,000 people, very heavy with governors, senators, The last speaker was Chris Christie. I tried to nominate Dr. John and they turned me down. I tried Lee Cockrell, the executive vice president of Disney. They turned me down. I tried the guy who knows more about alternative voting methods. They turned me down. And then they asked me to be the next speaker.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. I've never spoken in front of 75,000.
That's a chunk of people.
But look at this. Professor Outreach, National Democracy Scholar Program. I mean, their graphic design, grassroots organizing. I mean, there is so much here that fits into what God is putting us together for.
Well,
this is the key.
The school one that I showed you, the first one with the, the 3 floors, right?
Yes.
Something like that would be, because they can gut that and put in there whatever they want. I mean, there's so many.
Here's what we're going to do. I don't want to take more of your demo time, but if you can show Robert this and say, Robert, if you build a world for this, there is more money than you can ever dream possible.
So the worlds that we create for you, they can go different levels up, and your intellectual property can be held safe, right? So, and they're private rooms, because when you're like with the schools and everything that you got going on, John, those are private. It's just like these spaces here. Now, there might be something going on in one of these spaces somewhere that we don't know of, because it was a private and it was a ticketed event. And so they're there, but the original space is still there where people can come and visit.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah. So when an event's not going on, so like some of the spaces, if you're going to do a job fair, you'll have a space for your job fairs where students can come in and just interact at any time. You want that open to the public forever, because you want people coming in no matter where they are. And then every one of your job fair people has that affiliate link. So when they click on that, they'll know it came from here. It came from your space at the university. So if someone purchases or gets a job or does whatever, you're going to know that that was clicking. And then, using Jim's QR codes, well, that's another way. It's going to tell you how many people actually clicked on it but didn't do anything, or what it is that they did and all of that. So using that together in here is like amazing. And that's something too I want to talk to you about, Jim. We won't talk about that right now, as to how we can incorporate those QR codes into everything that we're doing to be able to just take it to another level.
Okay, one last interruption.
Mm-hmm.
Write this down, please. And you too, Dr. John.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
The website we're going to go to is roitrack.com, which is my domain. So everything I do has got that. ROI as in return on investment, track without the K, TRAC.com, and then /. And again, everything I do is 5 characters. And the 5 characters here are the numeral 2, J for Joliet, W for whiskey, the numeral 2, D for Delta, and hit click. And this is going to blow you, both of you, away.
What was after JW? I didn't catch that. I wasn't.
Whoop, I got to pull it back up again. Hang on.
/to JW, and then what? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can copy this link and paste it in the.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I can just paste it in here.
JW 2 Delta.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Now, this is the largest philanthropic organization in the world. They have a seat on the United Nations. They are 1.4 million members. And guess who their new communication director is?
You.
I think that would be
Me.
probably Jim Bannon, huh? Is this the one that you were telling me there's like over 1,000 Lions clubs around or something?
Well, 1.4 million members.
Gee, Merry Christmas.
This is huge. And this is the project I'm heading up. Lions are known for, you know, their eyesight because Helen Keller challenged us at the 1925 convention. Well, I was at a meeting where the #2 guy in the world challenged for the third visionary, and I walked up to the microphone and accepted the challenge. And I said, as long as you give me one member from every chapter in the world. So I've been working on this feverishly. And bottom line, what we're going to be known for, and this again involves education. We have developed, and it's actually 30 years old. It's just never been promoted or focused on. We have the most impactful socio-emotional training program for at-risk youth in the United States. We have documentation like you can't believe. You can see the curriculum up there. It's a 16-week course. And what it does for the youth is just amazing. And my commitment, and what I just wrote a grant for and turned it in Monday, is we're going to buy 100 backpacks, because every 42 seconds, a youth stands in front of a judge. And in the majority of cases, they're removed from their home and they're given a Walmart plastic bag and their world is turned upside down. So we said that stops right now, right here. We are going to give them a backpack with a Lions logo sewn on it, and it's going to be embroidered, #WeServe, #KindnessMatters. And they are going to give it to that young man or woman. We're going to put a warm blanket in there, maybe a stuffed animal, a dop kit, you know, things that make it personal to them as we turn their world upside down. And I'm working with CASA, C-A-S-A, which is Court Appointed Special Advocate. And can you imagine if we could bring you into this quest? Oh my God, the world is our oyster.
Well, there's so much greatness out there, and
there really is.
And it's really an honor, you know, being here with both of you today and moving in the direction where everything is it's a pleasure. And again, it is an answer to my quest and into my dreams of where I want to see education going. That's part of the whole enchilada when Robert and I went into business together almost 5 years ago, when he first introduced me to virtual reality. It was new to him, it was new to me, and we started building from that point. And we've been on a roller coaster, but our roller coaster has finally got on track. And it was about the middle of last year when things started to really start blossoming. We didn't have a home that was solid because the technology is changing all the time. And one of the biggest challenges we had is that we would hear, "Oh, but I have a Mac." You don't need those headsets. It's on every device: the phone, a Mac, a PC, a tablet. You know, so there's no excuse for not being able to be involved in this, no matter where you are.
I just can't control myself. I really can't.
Yeah.
Do you have an office? Do you have space, physical space right now where you're at?
No, I do not.
Great. Now, the reason I'm asking is at the university, and we are acquiring the property, the building in the next month or so, would you be interested in having your office there as part of our collaborative efforts? So we can be in a university setting, totally separate, your own business, your own facility, your own area, but you could be right there with us. Would you be interested into looking into at least?
I'm not going to say no.
Beautiful. That's good enough. Thank you.
Okay.
John, is
Yes.
it part of your plans to build an incubator?
Yes, absolutely. It's in there.
Because I just stumbled into a huge incubator here and I blew the director's socks off with my magic cube. At first he said, "What the hell is this?" And then when I was done, he was jumping up and down, but he's going away for 2 weeks. But anyway, that incubator concept, oh my God, you tie that with this and what you're doing, man, we really can change the world.
Yep. Can we get to the cost of this then, so I can have an idea as to what to say to my board members?
To build something out like this, like that university, I'm going to say you're looking at probably, depending on what you want in it, but a starting point is going to be $10,000 is going to get you a really good starting point.
Great.
And then, as we move in the phases of what you want.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah,
and
but
under 20?
pardon me?
Under 20?
No, it depends on how
It depends on how many spaces you're doing, what you want in that space, and how it's built
but
out.
based on what you're doing for other clients.
Yeah, a lot of people are starting out with a $3,000 bill. Like this build right here, you could have this space for $3,000, but you're going to put more into it, and like with the university. So
Absolutely.
at $10,000, you're going to be able to really start doing things.
No.
But it's a one time. This is what a lot of people don't understand. One time, you build it one time, it's done. You build the next thing, it's done. You build the next thing, it's done. And you just use it over and over and over.
I'm going to ask it again because I need to approach some people. Do you have any clients that have paid $20,000 or more?
No. At $20,000, you're going to have a setup that will actually blow your mind.
Bells and whistles.
Oh, there's so much that you can do with it, because where the additional stuff and everything, it's just, yeah. Right now, I mean, we've had people, talking about it, but nobody has put it on the line.
All right, here's what I'm going to assign to Glenn as a project. After we do a Zoom meeting here, he's going out after angel investors right now. That's where he spends 90% of his time.
Mhm.
After he sees this, I want him to become your best salesperson. And I'd like to get in for about 20 grand with you.
No problem.
So talk that over with Robert. I'm serious about that.
All right, you're in. Yeah. Yeah, we'll
Great.
just get it all set up. Definitely.
Okay.
We'll make an agreement, sign, seal, and deliver it, and poof, we're ready to go.
Talk
So-
to your lawyers about what the shares would be and all that stuff. And we did it from scratch. I'm prepared to do it again.
Yeah, it's like I say, there's a lot of things that are all ready to go with the beautiful bills that are out there. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel. It's like, instead of building a university, maybe you can take an existing building and just refurbish. So it's the same thing. We can take existing and refurbish however we want inside, which then saves thousands of dollars because you don't have to reinvent the space.
No, I understand.
So that's kind of what we're doing here, is we want to be cost effective to you. Put the money in the educational part of it.
Right.
Work on the rev share, because then everybody wins, and the one who wins the most is the participant.
But I want to be your partner. I want to grow with you.
I have a question for you so I can understand it. Basically, I'd like to be informed at this point, so I'll know what to share with my board when we have a meeting next week.
Sure.
We have an MBA program, a master's program with 4 different areas, disciplines. Could all those 4 disciplines of the master's program be in one package?
Sit down and put together the packages that you want, and however you want to put it together, it can all be in one package. Yes.
Does it have to be a different package for the baccalaureate program? Or can they be the same? Actually, it's still education.
Yeah,
sure.
It doesn't matter. I mean, you'll build out a space, and
Okay.
whatever you put in that space, whatever that event happens in that space, is entirely up to you.
So because
Beverly,
you have
because he's not been exposed to it, and out of respect for Dr. John's time, you can probably do a better job than me. Can you please explain very briefly what Eric has built? Because if he thinks that you're blowing him away when he hears this, he's not going to sleep tonight.
Okay, so over at Easy Way, that's the one you're talking about, right?
Yes.
Eric is an innovator influencer as well. And so what he does is he's got a lot of the behind the scenes things happening right now. I'm putting my podcast out there because he's got millions of followers on like over 100 channels. He has now just started a